One, two, three. Hi, my name's Linda Peterson, and I am going live, even though other channels are live right now. I have been getting messages from YouTube, Google, and others. Hi, Colb. And I am just wondering if anybody else out there has been asked if they want to depart from YouTube, or if they have a certain thing on their ads. I don't have that. I'm getting tired of it. I really and truly mean it. I know, Cole, you can retract your message. It's okay. I'm kind of upset. It's not the best day of October right now, and it's hard. It's been hard since 1990. And I've done everything that I possibly can do. I'm a darn good worker, but I'm not taking for money. Get it? YouTube? I'm not taking for money. If I give money out to someone, it's because it's out of my goodness of my heart. Right now, I am upset and I am ready to. Yeah. I'm gluten free. So, hi, Arlene. It's good to see your name there, kiddo. Mad Dog, Mad Wood. Hey, barbecue. Nana, I don't mean to interrupt other lives, honestly and truly. It's just that today has been a rough day. I know one channel member knows more, and I've got things in place. So then I can be safe. Oh boy. But today is the anniversary of my husband's death from 1990. It never leaves you. I went into a hospital as a family of 4, walked out as a family of 2. And it was not nice. I grew up really, really fast at the age of in my 30s. You just had hip surgery. Mad Wood, don't worry. Just reading is hard. But I know what hip surgery is like. I haven't had it done on myself, but I've been a person who's worked in the OR and the ER, and it's it is darn rough. You go in and you treat everybody as your friend, your father, your grandpa. You don't look at any body parts. Barbecue, you don't. You just treat them as one of your family. And that's exactly what you do as a worker in the OR. And I was just a cook. It's just been too long. There's too many scammers out there. And I am really uptight about some things. Oh, yeah. I have gone from one place to another, to another, to another. It was nothing for me to get done with work here in northern Illinois and fly out to California and go into an OR to help out my sister with a throat surgery so she could breathe. Oh, the things I have done. You don't know some of the things that a person has done. I've even gone to school for clergy. That's a heck of a thing. But I even wanted to become a nun twice. Hey, Abbott. I even know how to smoke piggies in the bottom of a dugout dirt thing, making the thing all done. A blow up train. That's what you call it. Barbecue. I love choo choo trains. I may be in my 30s, but by gummy, I see a train and it's a choo choo train or a cow. It's a moo moo cow. Oh, Avid. Oh, it would not be a wrong time to bring a spiral cut ham. That is one thing I really enjoy. I enjoy spiral cut hams, being gluten free. Yeah, you gotta watch what you eat. And not all turkeys are created equal. That is really weird. But you have to watch what you have to pick out because some of them have been injected with certain things. Same with chickens. Same with beef. You have to watch for all of those things. I like to do a lot of things. I like to collect pottery, Hull pottery, Hull. They started that out in 1900s. And yeah, I've got a lot of Hull pottery. I used to go to conventions and I was known as the Swan Lady. I had quite a few swans, all different ones. And yeah, nature provides the meat. I've even raised turkeys in my garden spot. And then deer came along, and they say we're not supposed to feed the deer. Well, I didn't think anything of putting out, you know, corn or something like that for deer or turkeys. They had to eat. So that's how you have to look at those things. But I didn't know. Any of you get a thing from YouTube? Do you want to be with YouTube any longer? Uh, have you had certain signs put up about advertisements on ads on YouTube? Oh yeah. My garden is a dessert for them. Same with the squirrels. I got a squirrel that goes along the High Line wire and then jumps onto the garage roof, jumps right into the garden. And then, after he has eaten his fill, avid, he climbs the fence and he's out of that deer fence. But yeah, I'm just kind of sick and tired of some of the stuff that's gone on in this daily life of mine. And my house is not a home, it's just a house. It's never been a home to me since 1979. I was told by my husband if I wanted to see my children, to start packing and getting my babies ready so I could see them then. And my youngest one wasn't even 3 years old. He turned 3 in this house. No, it's not a home to me. I sort of figure they'll probably carry me on out of this house. I don't plan on dying here, but if it turns out to be that way, then that'll be what it'll be. But I've got things all planned out, what I've all done and stuff like that in life. I've had quite a few jobs companies that I've worked in. And coming right down to it, yeah, I have roofs. I had a roofing company. I owned a cheese factory. I owned a postal shop, half of it. So I know the ins and outs of what goes in and out and how to do things. Yeah, it's different. And when I do a live chat, I don't do it for children. No, it's for adults and children. My kids don't even know that I have this. I really and truly mean that. My two children don't know, and my two grandchildren don't know. But my youngest granddaughter, she doesn't even know I exist. That's some of the hardest things in life. It's a different way of living to me. Christmas, Thanksgiving, New Year's is all. Hi, Shannon. You're the giggle girl. Yeah, you're one of the giggle girl in the giggle squad. No, my granddaughter, the youngest one, doesn't even know. She's got a grandma. I know I'm loved by a lot. I keep on going and I keep on trying. I've done woodworking, I've done roofing, I've done siding, I've done cheese making. Do you know how big a cheese vat is? We could have the last YouTube or the last meetup from Pinecone Fest, all 42 of them in there. I really mean that, and there'd be still room to swim around. It's different. Oh, I watch Shannon. In fact, Shannon, you got to keep on making sure you've got three-fourths of a tank of gas. High hunting and stuff. Yeah. There are certain ones that are moderators on here. I know certain ones are good and I trust them. Oh, I didn't mean to put this all on your backs, but the day I walked into the hospital, that was when I dragged my daughter in there. And we went in as a family of four. and I came out as a family of 2. It was just my 14-year-old son and I. My husband went down to the morgue, but before he went to the morgue, we did the honor walk for him to go up to the OR because his eyes and skin and his blood was taken to give to a man who couldn't see. I held that card in my pocket the day of his wake, and the girl, she'd been burnt, and one of the doctors took the skin to Chicago and did the surgery free, and the blood, yeah, there was he had a rare blood type, and that could go amongst a lot of people. So the honor walk is very, very noble, and it's also very hard for the spouse or children that are left behind. And I had to be brave for my son, who was only 14 at that time. I was so glad I knew the father, the priest at that church, at that hospital. He came right away and he helped. We had done so much work. I worked with the church, with the teenagers. I've got people that are on Facebook that know me as Linda, who always had an extra quarter or dollar bill for them. They were never afraid to ride in my van. They always fought to get into my van. I had a van that was equipped to seat 27 passengers, and oh, we had a blast. I was bent on. I was a bad driver sometimes, but they loved it. And it it does happen that way. I know, Nana. I'll see you later too. I know. You go live. You like that, Arlene, huh? Oh, I used to go into this. You know how they say that Pine Coast Pine Cone Fest is hard to get ready for? I used to get the East and West Hyatt Towers in Chicago ready for 2,500 teenagers, and then they had to have their chaperones, their churches that had all of the signatures, the medical signatures signed for them. I did that, and it was a lot of fun. Your phone is about ready to die, Shannon. I I even taught my son about the potato that you can stick a nail into one end and you can provide your own little juice that way. He never knew his mom could do that. My son is a pharmacist, but when he was becoming a pharmacist, he was going to give it up. And I told him, "What don't you understand?" And he says, "Trigonometry." Hi, Piggy. Boo. Yeah. Our favorite saying. I can click my tongue off in the roof of my mouth, Piggy. But yeah, I've taught a lot of things to a lot of people. Hey, Paul. Yeah. Piggy knows me. He knows. In fact, I call him and his wife my kids. Yeah. I'll tell you, it's been a different day. I've gotten things straightened out, Piggy, from when we talked. Piggy is a good guy. He is worth his weight. Oh, in gold. He is. There's things that I've been up against, bam, 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 throughout the whole day, Piggy. Yeah, that you don't know about. And I have dealt with them. And I have I have dealt with them just like I did in 1990. I had to grow up real fast that day when I walked into the hospital with my husband and my daughter and my son, and then my husband passed away. So, yeah, it was a bummer. But I sure learned the hard way and the easy way of how to get a hold of a burial, to get all of that stuff taken care of. And that was when I started on law also. If it wasn't for that night, I wouldn't have gotten my degree. I went for the criminal. I don't hang a shingle out. I just pass out information. I look. I look for the goodness of whoever I come upon. And I I try to help them out. It's like our snowflake in Florida. She's been trying like everything. And I have been going through the ramifications of trying to find what I can do, can't do. So it's hard. It really is. But if you put your mind to it, or like my dad used to say, and he was illiterate, you put your mind to good use, you study. And he knew that I was always the one who was going to go above and beyond him. I used to do his books for him. Do you know my dad actually cut President Ike Eisenhower's hair, Vice President Nixon's hair, John F. Kennedy's hair when he was president, Gerald Ford when he was president. And that was in my dad's barber shop. He even has, he didn't get to do Johnson's or Carter's. He had something there about them, and I could see that. This is also political because I've been raised as a political person ever since I could even walk. I read lips. I would go into conventions. I would read the lips, go back to Daddy, but Daddy would always send me out there and he would say, remember their face, remember what they're speaking about, but remember, don't get their stogie up against your hair or your face. I don't want you burnt. And I would go out there and I would listen and I would watch. How many people are going to go up against a little 3, 4, 5 year old kid? I mean, I went fishing with Ike Eisenhower when I was 5 years old. No, that he told me I could call him Grandpa. To me, he wasn't a president. He was Grandpa. Yeah, yeah, I know. There's a lot. But I do tend to take care of my own self. And I know one person in the comment section knows that. I can make him blush. Oh, can I make him blush? But he's like a son to me. Yeah, I've got a lot of memories. I danced with John F. Kennedy, Robert Kennedy, and Ted Kennedy in all of the houses I lived in. My mom never liked Ted coming to the house, but he would come to visit once in a while. He came on the farm, he came down to Chicago Heights, Illinois. He came to Star Avenue in Eau Claire and then Hobart Street. and then Simona Parkway, and then this house. The last home I had was on Simona Parkway. It's a lot of memories. Oh, it is awesome. I have those memories, Arlene. I even played football with Bart Starr in the backyard of my mom and dad's home. Yeah, in their little town when he opened up the quarterback club. Yeah, you Google quarterback club and who owned it. Yeah, my dad did a lot, and he was just a barber. But you can do a lot in your life. And like my dad always said, go to school, take a class, study. And if you have to, leave 1 year off and then the next year. Keep on going. Roll it. I mean, I rolled my classes continually in one state only because of the simple fact you do that, you don't have to take English over again, or math, or science, or any of those other courses. And I went to college or a university before I even graduated from high school. And I've been out now from high school for 55 years. That's a heck of a long time. I didn't go up north to my class reunion. I wanted to, but I had other things I wanted to do down here. And I got to do them. But there's some things that you have to do, and some things that you just don't get a chance to do. I know it's been a long winded speech. I've given speeches before, and I've always been taught that when you give a speech, you end it on a happy tone. When my husband was buried, what I did was I had him dressed with his favorite fishing shirt on. He liked to fish and hunt. And there was this hat. Hey there, there's Brenda. She has flown on in. Freedom Redbird. But when he was going to be shown, we had his hat on, and it was a cap, and it was a freeze-dried sunfish that was on the front part of it. And everybody thought that was best way to send him on out, because otherwise they just knew him as a senior electrical engineer. Oh, Brenda, Brenda, Brenda. You don't know how many nights I've woke up at 1 o'clock in the morning from bad dreams. I've looked for you. If I played the music on mine, they would they would shut me down because I like Wild Thing. I mean, there's some songs that I go by that Piggy doesn't even know about. But I've woke up in the morning a lot of times to John Wiggs singing. The thing is he sings almost as good as John Denver. Yeah, yeah, something else you didn't know. But we used to sit around the campfire together, John Denver and I, in Denver. I mean, I built my last log cabin house in Breckenridge. It was a good sized one. Yeah. Oh, it brought a pretty penny. But oh my God, I'll tell you, I flew out there and I made sure that I fell 10 to 12 trees per day. And I had 2 weeks of vacation for that. And then they laid there, and then the next summer, 2 weeks, I was back out there getting the logs ready to go on up. I had it all pointed on out how I was going to do it. So, yeah, I used to have muscles on me like you wouldn't believe. I know, Piggy. Oh, some of the things I have done. I mean, I have seen the first cabin that I built with Roger up in Spooner, Wisconsin. We fell all of those trees. The next summer, I went back on up there and started to debark all of those trees. And Roger could not get over how fast I could do that. Yeah, I know. Some things are better left unsaid. But Roger, his mom, owned the resort that my grandma and grandpa used to stay in for a week up there in Spooner. And then my mom and dad took us girls on up there. And I was 12 years old up there. And then my children, I took them up there for 2 week vacations. That's where they spent their first year birthdays. I know, Brenda, you're still camping? Oh, God, that's cool. I got a sleeping bag that's minus 40 below. And I'm going to have to get going. But yeah, it's Been a long day. I love you, Brenda. Just think of a man being buried with a cap on that has a freeze dried sunfish on his cap. That was hilarious. People came through and they saw him and they had a hard time seeing him, but then they saw him and they cracked up and they laughed. And then there was laughter and there was tears, but there was a lot of stuff. I know. I know, Piggy. I'm gonna say adios, amigos. Oh, but think of it. If I ever passed away and you came to see me, it ain't gonna be in a dress. It's gonna be in a fishing shirt. In fact, fishing is pretty much my business. It's the best thing for me to do. Oh Lord, yeah. No, I've got things already scheduled out for certain people. And I think certain people are going to be really surprised. I know my laws and stuff like that, Illinois and Wisconsin. Mhm. I'm no dummy when it comes down to stuff like that. Thank you, Arlene. Thank you for everybody who has come in. I know certain people would rather have me. Are you going to blush because of that? I've got this saying between a channel member that I talk with. uh, that if there was ice between Illinois and the southern states, there wouldn't be any ice or snow on the ground, and the water would be all melted. That's pretty something, isn't it? Oh, not again. But no. But it's almost an hour, and I didn't even think of being on for an hour. But yep, I thank everybody for coming in. And like I always say, or text in live chats, hit thumbs up. Make sure you're subscribed if you want to subscribe. It's a learning channel. I teach people. So that's me. I'm a great one for going to Aldi's and buying someone a cart full of food. Yeah, that's me. Because sometimes they have the look on their face that they have no cares or nobody cares about them in the world. And somebody's got to smile and give them a smile on their face. And you buy it for them. You might have just bought maybe a chicken and a gallon of milk for yourself, but theirs was a whole lot more. And they had little ones to feed. So you help them out with that. That's me. So I thank everybody for coming in. If you want to learn, listen to it. Otherwise, there's one thing I'm going to be saying. I mainly do the live chats because I have tremors, okay? And it's a little easier for the laptop to stay still while I'm doing it. And I know how it feels. And I know I'm going to enjoy life. I've already gone on a choo-choo train ride last year. So I know. And oh, Arlene, if you send me your home address, I will look for some honey for you so you got that to have. Because that's my next stop in a couple of weeks, to stop at the Amish store. And I usually buy them on out. And then I mail it on out. It's a Christmas gift to my son also. So those are some of the things that I do in life. And I know Piggy's address. But I thank everybody for coming in. Shannon, Brenda, Colbs, everybody. Oh, Southern Wenders. Hi there, honey. Oh, God. I've been looking all over for your channel at night. Been some pretty rough nights, but I get through them. So I miss you too, Wendy. I'll pour honey all over you. It'll take tar paper to get it off. Oh. But I make it live for my granddaughters where they will be able to see it afterwards. Oh, maybe just maybe Lena's gonna have to come out. Hey, Lena, Lena makes her lefse for her Ollie and Sven. They like to eat the lefse, and lefse is made out of potatoes, and you eat it in the winter time, hey? Ofta. But you gotta admit, it's a happy time of ending the stream, huh? You like that, huh, Wendy? Oh, I can go for hours. I listened to my grandmother. She was born and raised part up to about 19 years old over in Norway. You would not believe what I can do in Norwegian. So, thank you all for stopping in, listening. Yeah, some people learned a little bit more. I have some other things I can teach you too. I love you. Boo, piggy. I can click my tongue. I love you too, Wendy. Take good care. Be good to yourselves. Bye bye.